Oh yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, Prince Blue. Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, Prince Blue. Talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, coach, talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, talking entertainment too. Look, we are not the same as you. Look, we don't need a thing, just you. Just making sure the gang come through.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Real Time with Prince Blue. I am the host, Prince Blue, of course. I hope everybody's doing good out there. We're supposed to be getting a couple storms, hurricane, and all that good stuff. So I hope everybody is safe. Check on your people, and please only go outside if you need to, if it's very, very important. Don't be fucking swinging from poles and shit like that. But listen, I like to thank everybody for joining me. This is episode 96, 4 episodes from episode 100. I got it from pretty good sources that most podcasts don't last past one episode. So I am very grateful, very thankful to the people that continue to support me. And I just hope to continue to get better and better and expand the platform. So without further ado, let's get into it. As y'all know, I break it down: sports, entertainment, culture, AYOO Pause, and I said what I said. So we're going to start with sports. And for y'all that don't know, we're just going to have a conversation today. I know, Prince, we always have conversations, but I feel we don't have honest conversations because people are trying not to offend others. And in my opinion, no matter what your beliefs are, whether they be illegal, controversial, or just plain stupid, it is something to be said for people who what you're dealing with instead of people who just Diddy through their lives, destroying people in their path. Pay attention to that word Diddy, because that's going to be important in a segment that's coming up later on in the show. So let's talk about sports. What you mean, Mike? I don't understand. What are you talking about? Okay. Here we go. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all saying Mike. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Somebody say something in the chat. Check. Or I'm just gonna keep talking. Hold on. Let me fix something. Hold on. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? I want to make sure everything is good. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Thank you. So, technical difficulties, people. But let's get into it. Now, sports is going to be it's going to be a winding road. It's going to be a little bit personal. It's going to be a little bit past. So we're just going to we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to give my take on it. Well, as y'all know, sports is going to be good for you, old man. Go take a nap. That's what it's called. Good for you, old man. Go take a nap. Y'all already know how I feel about the media pumping their chest up about not being fans and remaining objective. Well, Mike Missinelli is back in the news for chastising media members for partying with the NL East champions Philadelphia Phillies. Take a listen.
Yeah, but apparently, there's some younger members of the press that haven't really broken through the fan thing, right? And when you get to be a member of the press, I think that you need to break through that, and that's how you preserve your objectivity. But fans, they come into the business, and that's the only thing they know. And so Connor was popping a champagne bottle on some video last night
with the ski goggles on and everything.
Ski goggles and the whole bit. And apparently, some young reporters were taking selfies in the clubhouse afterwards with the celebration going on in the background. Now, listen, it's to each his own. That's not something I would do. I'm more of an old school guy. But I think, let fans have their own kingdom. That's a fan thing. You've crossed over a little bit. You can still, root for the team to win, but I think you got to have a line of demarcation because you're disrespecting the fans. I think when you do something like that, that belongs to them.
So that's for the fans. And look, in the clubhouse, to your point about some younger media members taking selfies and trying to party with the players, to me, that's the play. Let the players have their moment. You're not a part of this.
We got to do some investigative journalism because what was it? Our former pal here, Jamie Lynch, was he one of them?
That's the word on the street.
Is that the word on the street?
He may have been a part of that. I mean, there was a lot of video being posted on Twitter, so I don't know who was taking part in the celebrations and who wasn't. But to me, that's for the players.
All right, stay tuned at 12.
For those who don't know, that's Mike Missinelli and whoever that other guy is next to him. I don't even care to mention his name. The same way he said in the same breath, do a little investigative journalism. And then he say, I heard in the streets. And then he gave certain names to, he said that was a part of the celebration. That come to find out wasn't. So you want to talk about investigative journalism when you in fact named a couple names that was supposedly partaking in the party and they weren't even there. Let's start there first. You guys got to stop throwing stones in glass houses. So, number one, you were wrong there with all the names. And then number two, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit if media members party with the fans? Who cares? This is the part that cracks me up about the people in the media. How are you expected to cover a sport, follow these people, leave your homes, leave your families, be on the road, be in hotels, be lonely, do all this shit, and not have any type of connection to the team in which you're covering? Now, I may be a sociopath in some things, but forgive me if something that I work at and something I do is not something I'm passionate about. And especially when you're a reporter and you get to know some of these players and things like that, and you build these relationships, why would you not be happy for people when they do well? Now, I'm not saying glaze the shit out of athletes and not be objective when, if they're messing up or doing stuff, but there have been plenty of reporters and media members who can still do their job and still, I don't want to say root for the team, but, be invested in the team when they do well. It's nothing wrong with that. So, Mike Missinelli, what you represent is the old guard or the old boomer who got the damn hat with the number on the side of the hat with his little notepad out that's taking notes and things of that nature. That's boring. With everything was going on with social media, people being in the lives of these athletes, and people wanting constant consumption of sports, you cannot separate yourself. It's just hard. It's just not going to happen. And you are the reason why radio is a relic. You're the reason why radio is dying. You're the reason why people would rather turn on a podcast or listen to people like me and others than listen to you fumble around and talk to the same three callers that call in every day. And Mike, you're the last person to talk about professionalism. Mr. Mike Missinelli, Mr. who got fired because he punched his producer during a broadcast. Mike Missinelli, who has tweeted foul shit about females. Say hi to Michelle Beadle. Remember you talking about Michelle Beadle looked like she gained a few lbs? You tweeted that and then you got your ass handed to you by the whole Twitter? Or let's just go personally. How about when you attacked me in my DMs? Mike Missinelli, is that professional? When you attack a listener, a potential listener, when you attack people because they criticize you, let's go into let's talk about it, Mike Missinelli. You know what? I got the screenshots. This was from Mike Missinelli. What did I have to do to you?
I have no idea who you even are and have no idea whatever the fuck your brand is. You're just a guy who, like 1,000 other Jagoff fanboys, who inflate their worth through bullshit social media accounts instead of actually paying dues in the profession. People like you are a dime a dozen. I have no idea who you are, nor do I care. But I did see where you took vicious shots at me for no apparent reason other than what? Jealousy? That's what makes you feel like a big man? Meanwhile, I know you have personally attacked my coworkers also for no reason other than what? Because they blocked you after you abused them? What are they supposed to do? Take your shit? You must have a really small dick. Okay, let's unpack this one. Let's unpack this one. First of all, why are you worried about the size of my dick? Between you and Jerry Jones, y'all have an affinity for black dicks. Figure it out. Get some counseling. Do something. Okay, we got rid of that. And first of all, I didn't take vicious shots. I criticized your coworkers. And I'm not going to rehash why I criticized them. You could go look it up because I'm just focusing on you right now. And then you talk about paying dues. What is paying dues? Going to school for journalism? Going to school for communications? Listen, if you got a mic, you got a phone, you got an internet, you can be media. Deal with it. The days of going to school for 45 years just to make $20,000 a year is over. Podcasts are not going anywhere. And what y'all need to understand is media covering these sports is not the issue. You're not upset with the fact that people were partying with the players. You're upset because your old ass can't do it anymore. You notice you took shots at the younger media members. You know, the people that can walk up and down the steps, can follow these athletes around, can actually do things. You're projecting. You're old. You're a dinosaur. You're a relic. Radio is dying. And you can't handle that. You and other old people can't handle that. But I find it mighty funny how a lot of your contemporaries have been able to adjust. They do podcasts and everything else and try to do new media, but you ran your ass right back to radio. I just don't understand the whole aspect of why do something that you hate. If you're a journalist, if you're in media, obviously you're covering a sport because you enjoy the sport. You grew up on the sport. So you're going to be invested. And some of you are covering your teams that you grew up watching. What can be better than that? You're watching a team that you cover, number one, make the playoffs, which means, guess what? More justification for your salary because the year is not over. You get to travel. You get to watch more baseball, more football, more whatever sport. You get to watch more. So I don't understand what's the problem. Now, I get it. When you got some people out here that they're straight glazing, they want to let you know whose phone number they got and who they spoke to personally and all this other stuff. And then they're not being objective because that person's in their phone and they want to make it seem like that person's a Hall of Famer when they're not. I get it. And I clown those too. The glazers out there, I clown them. But this is not it. This wasn't a glazing moment. Now, if you want to talk about a certain couple people, I can get that. Like the Seltzers of the world, the Jack Fritz of the world and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a bit much because you can tell that they don't have the same energy for other teams that they do the Phillies. I get it. When growing up, baseball was my number one sport. But I'm able to keep the same energy across the board for all sports. So your problem, Mike Mizzanelli, is not new media. That's not your problem. Your problem is that You just can't do it anymore. You lost your fastball. It happens to all of us. That's why you got to keep evolving. You got to move with the times. I don't know. Maybe getting up and being cranky for 4 hours on the radio is your thing. But me, I'm going to do this hour. I'm going to get up and then I'm going to be done with it. And I'm going to go on about my day. That's the beauty of podcasting. You record when you want and you be done when you want. You have to do it 5 times a day. 5 times a week, which I get it. That I'm not, listen, that's hard as shit. Doing a show once a week is hard. Y'all just saw it. I had to be reminded to put the fucking mic in front of my face. I get it. But we all start somewhere. We all make mistakes. We all evolve. That's the point. You can't, but what we can't do is we can't look at somebody doing something a little bit different with that wants the same result as worse than what you would do. We got to be careful with doing that. Not everybody's going to do everything the same way. And you're going to have criticism. But what you did was just flat out wrong. And then you had the wrong names. You had Jamie Lynch there, and he wasn't even there. He was nowhere near that party. You named other people that wasn't even there. They wasn't partying. It wasn't like they was the players was pouring champagne down their mouth. Like, come on, man. You older guys got to realize that you're going to need some of these younger guys. Who else you think is going to push buttons for $5 an hour? What 60-year-old intern you're going to get that you could just talk shit to and think they're going to do whatever you want? No, these are young, hungry, up and coming people that are willing to take your shit because they see the bigger picture. But you old cronies who've been in radio and whatever you're doing for years, you're safe. So you figure you could talk shit about the younger people. And let's drop the whole jealousy bullshit. Nobody is jealous. I am not jealous of people that's on the radio. Congratulations. I am not a jealous person. I admire when I see somebody doing something that I'm like, man, I would like to do something like that. I would like to do that. Stop labeling everything as jealousy or hatred because somebody just doesn't fuck with the way you're doing something. I'm pretty sure what you're doing, people don't like it. It's just baffling to me how we're in a world where like everything is 5 stars. Everything's a Yelp perfect rating. And that's not how life works. And you being an old man yelling at the clouds is stupid. So, I'm pretty sure, Mike, you just got back to radio. So there's going to be more cranky moments like this. But, dude, the next time you call people out, at least have your facts together. You naming people that wasn't even there. Like who the fuck does that? Well, you do, obviously. But we'll be back after this next message.
Wondering what's going on? Well, I'm here to tell you. It's me, Inked, and I need you guys to head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. Yes, that's right. Trifecta merch is here. It is here for our Trifecta family to show their love and support and advertise for free. Well, not technically for free. You did pay for it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. We're all inclusive. If Prince can wear it, so can you. Have a good one.
That is right. Prince can wear it. Prince do wear it. Make sure y'all go to AJ's Rant Room. Check out all the collections. The Aloysius Jermaines. I just bought me a pair. Can't wait for it. I got my own signature shoe. How many people can do that? That's right. A podcaster with 25 people viewing it right now has his own sneaker. That's right. So make sure y'all check out AJ's Rant Room and support the homie. All right, now culture title. Call me Uncle Tom. Please call me Uncle Tom. All right. I know some of y'all gonna get mad. Good. I like it when you're mad. In the black culture, there has been this phenomenon calling black people who are perceived to have an affinity for the proximity of whiteness, that's a bar, or success, or anything perceived to be 100% cold blackness as an Uncle Tom. Now that term has resurfaced with the recent elections and doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Hell, even white people have adopted it when they have a disdain for black Republicans and conservatives. Well, as always, it took a Jewish man and a black sitcom to enlighten us on the phrase of Uncle Tom.
You like to use the words Uncle Tom a lot, only when it fits. Do you know who Uncle Tom really was? Sure. He was that dumb nigga who used to thank Simon Legree for whipping him. Wrong. That's another one of those lies about our people that has been accepted as truth. Who was he then? Superfly in disguise? No, George. In real life, Uncle Tom was a slave named Josiah Henson, who escaped and walked all the way from Kentucky to Canada with his wife and children. And there he started the first manual training school for our people. How you knew that? I read. Sometimes I listen. You could do the same thing. Huh? You heard of the Underground Railroad? Sure. Well, Josiah Henson helped 100 slaves escape up north even before there was an Underground Railroad. He was a brave man, a great leader. And I'll tell you something else, George. I'd never call you an Uncle Tom.
So, for those who don't know, I mean, I don't know how you won't know. That is the Jeffersons, a prominent black sitcom in the 70s, created by Norman Lear, who is a Jewish man. And that whole conversation, I remember seeing that episode with my father. That's how you remember things that matter. And I remember even far back then where I was like, that doesn't sound like an Uncle Tom. So to me, when you say that an Uncle Tom is a leader, is courageous, is a free thinker, is a trailblazer, how can you turn that into a slur? How can you turn that into a slur? How? So when you see black people succeeding, or you see people having any type of success or being able to think for themselves or just having a different idea how they see things, why are we so quick to call them a visionary, a leader, a trailblazer, a courageous person? And this is the problem. This is the issue I have with when you do stuff like this and you don't do your research. Yes, over time things can change, things can take new meanings, clearly, which Uncle Tom has done. But when you have access to the internet, you have access to Google, you have access to search something and find out the true meaning, and you still use it, then you're just ignorant. So when you call me or my friends Uncle Tom, or black Republicans Uncle Tom, or conservatives Uncle Toms, pretty much you're letting them know that they are doing something outside of the norm that could possibly be right. So when you adjust your thinking to, man, why am I attacking this brother because he has a different view than me? Why am I quick to insult him? You're just projecting, because 9 times out of 10, you probably know what that other person is saying makes sense, or you can see how they're logically getting to that point, to that premise. But because you're so damn brainwashed and you've been told that Blackness is a certain thing. You can't think outside of that. We are in a society now where showing how black you are is leaving whatever comfortable surroundings you have and returning back to the people that have nothing and want you into the ground. People who means ill will towards you. You know who was great about going back to the community? Nipsey Hussle. Had all types of stores and entrepreneurship in the inner cities. And what happened? You know who loved to keep it real and be in the hood and be back and be around his people? Pop Smoke. What happened? You know who also loved being around their people and shooting dice with the fellas? Take Off. What happened? Every time I'm on X or Instagram, I see a post where some up and coming entertainer artist just lost their life in the inner cities around their people. Do you understand? There needs to be more Uncle Toms. There needs to be more Uncle Toms out there creating other Uncle Toms, creating other courageous trailblazers to do what needs to be done. And that's let everybody know that there's more to life than keeping it so real that you end up not having a life. I am never going to apologize for my success. I don't want anybody to ever apologize for their success. Unless you get your success by off the backs of people, disrespecting people, being evil to people, being physically violent to people, just being an all-around Diddy. Whether you're a white Diddy, a black Diddy, a red Diddy, an Asian Diddy, there's Diddies all over the place. There's Diddies in all races, all genders. We don't need more Diddies. We need more Uncle Toms. And I'm going to let you know also, there's nothing wrong with you being who you are and staying to yourself. There's this thing in our culture where we feel like we have to be around each other all the time. We do not. And we don't have to worry about what people may think if we're not around each other all the time. Like if you grew up in a all white neighborhood or all black neighborhood or something like that, like you don't have to go seek out the opposite for some weird ass social self experiment to prove that you're one way or the other. That shit has to happen organically. I have always been an Uncle Tom. I've always walked to the beat of my old drum. I've always done what I needed to do to get to where I needed to be. I've never compromised my morals. If I didn't feel like doing something, damn it, I didn't do it. I've been around people that have done drugs. I've been around people who are about to do some stupid shit. And I was like, Trey and Boys in the Hood, Doe, let me out. That's an Uncle Tom. That's a trailblazer. You know who's not an Uncle Tom? You're in the car. You know you're about to go do something really stupid. But because you're afraid that they may tease you, you stay in the car and now your ass is either dead or watching somebody shit in front of you. and read a book. Yes, that happens in jail. People are shitting in front of you. There are toilet schedules. You got another grown man shitting in front of you. Sometimes you have to get graphic to let people know that's where life leads you when you're not an Uncle Tom and you quote unquote want to keep it real. Because to me, keeping it real is being an Uncle Tom because you're true to who you are. Mr. Henson was an Uncle Tom in the true sense of the word. I'm pretty sure it was people telling him, hey, man, hey, stay here. Stay here. We got it good here. You know, they don't beat us that much. Massa don't beat us that much. Josiah was like, no, I got a wife and I got a kid. What kind of a man would I be if I let my wife and kids see me get beat and abused and treated like shit and then try to come home and run my household? That don't last long. It's like you getting your ass whooped in front of your wife, and then when you get home, you trying to get loud with her. She gonna be like, why the fuck you ain't get loud with the man that whooped your ass? So yes, call me Uncle Tom. Call me all the Uncle Toms. We need more of them. We need more of them. And we'll be back after this next message.
At AJ'sRantRoom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJ'sRantRoom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.
All right. Let's get to entertainment. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Scrub-a-dub-dub. If you haven't been noticing recently, there have been some celebrities that have been scrubbing their social media of anything connected to Diddy or depravity in general. Along those are Pink, Usher, Steve Harvey, and in the past, everybody's favorite, Chrissy Teigen. Now, y'all know, if y'all been living on the rock, y'all know Diddy's arrested, and apparently he may be Nino Brown on the stand. Yes, I was a member, but they threatened to kill my mother. Who is the leader, Mr. Nino? Who is they? Turn around and look at him. Kareem Akbar. That's right. They thinking that Diddy gonna pull a Nino Brown. So everybody is scrubbing. Everybody is trying to step away. Everybody is trying to be unburdened by what has been. So let's look at some of these tweets that be arrested. Steve Harvey. He did this on 11/13/2017. My brother at Diddy is doing a world of good for these kids. He's recently deleted that tweet. Family Feud. Show your love. Family Feud. Fuck goofball. It makes it worse when you erase it. Why not just keep it, and then when somebody says something, you could be like, oh, this is what I meant by that when I said this. But when you erase it, it makes it look worse. Oh boy. Deion Sanders got one, but Deion stood on business. He did not erase his. I don't know what he meant by this on 2/4/2011, but Deion Sanders said, I don't think y'all heard me. Diddy, Snoop, and Prime with a full house of kids. Report that, media. Truth. Listen. Y'all got this is the beauty about social media. The internet is forever. Somebody got screenshots, so you might as well just keep the tweet and explain yourself. I'm pretty sure when people pull up tweets of mine, they're gonna be like, hey, what did you mean by this? Hey, this is what I meant. I didn't know 30 years from now, whatever was going to turn into whatever. You know, you just stand up and you be like, that's what I thought then. But now, after further revelations, this is what I think now. That's it. That's it. Let's go to another tweet. Oh yeah, this is from Chrissy Teigen. You know, John Vaccine Legend's wife. You know, the one that always has resting bitch face is one of the mean girls in Hollywood that's always talking shit on social media to people and then want to play victim. The one that looked like she's stuffing 2 oranges in her cheeks. Besides stuffing John Legend's cheeks. Yeah, John. Yeah, you're right. You're not ordinary people. Cause what you've been doing, what you have become, or probably have always been, is why we need more Uncle Toms in the world. Because you're not standing on business. You're standing on finances. I'm ready to go right now. You need to get back behind that piano. Because all this other shit you trying to do, I'm done with it. I've taken a vaccine. I've taken a vaccine. I want all Haitians to enjoy themselves in Ohio. Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? You're literally in a $10 million mansion and you're telling other people to suffer because you ain't got to worry about it. We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. Fucking clown. But anyway, let's get back to your wife. Let's get back to some of her greatest tweets that she was one of the originals way back in, I think this was probably 6 or 7 years ago when she went on this huge tweet. It was around the time when Pizzagate was out and all that shit was out. She went on a delete tweet spree. Say that 5,000. Delete tweet. This one in June 24, 2012. At Kevin Shockey. Nah, he just said the cleanest and best pleasure is to have sex with a 13-year-old. Up until that. Ha ha ha. What's so funny about that fucking tweet? You think that's funny? But these are the people that's telling you to go out, get vaccines, and share your house with people that are not supposed to be over here and all that bullshit. These are the people that's disconnected from you, but telling you what to do. In 6/12/2011, she said, I am about to Anthony Weiner this kid. Y'all already know what Anthony Weiner has been accused of. So again, child sexual abuse is funny. Is that something to play on? Next, I am going to jail over pizza. We all know the attachment. Put your tinfoil hats on. We all know what pizza means in Hollywood. What it has been reported to mean in Hollywood. Another tweet. Seeing little girls do the splits half naked is just ellipses. I want to put myself in jail. Hashtag toddlers and tiaras. You're watching a show about children and you're talking sexually explicit. You're explicitly talking about sex, about children. Chrissy Teigen, who has children. These beta husbands, you think a real man would have said, hey, delete that shit. Nah, that's not how we roll. But nah, no. A peg and she'll call him in the morning. John Legend ain't telling that woman what to do. He don't run that house. She runs that house. That's why it's all the fuck out of whack. That's why the house is out of order, because she runs it. Let's do another tweet. I just saw a baby that looked like a porn star, like a trashy do anything porn star. Is this wrong to think? This is why I tell y'all there is no cure for pedophiles. There is no cure for people who abuse children. People who have that thoughts like that. It is ingrained in them. It is in them. There's no cure. There's no rehabilitation. There's no jail time. There's nothing. There is one cure. It's a wood chipper or whatever other means to get them up out of here. That's the only way. I don't believe in rehabilitating pedophiles. I don't. I think they should not be on the earth. Shout out to all the content creators that are exposing them, but they should just turn it over to the police. Let the police handle it. They're letting them get away. Let me tell you something. Who do you think is above a lot of these agencies? Oh, this is where I'm going to piss America off. It don't be only the scum of the scum that be getting arrested in these things. It be police officers, it be firefighters, it be law enforcement officials. That's right. So hand it over to the police. Let them handle it. No, you know the reason why pedophiles are able to operate? Because it's a fucking network. It's the reason why when they arrest these pedophiles, it's not just them. It's a network. People in high positions of power that don't want this stuff to be exposed. It's 2024. Do we still know if that Epstein list is really that was really the people that was on the list? Where's the list? But you telling people to hand stuff into police. Yes, report this shit to the authorities. Hopefully somebody is doing the right thing. But you also have to expose these people. When you're putting them on camera and you're catching them at the Target or at the Walmart or wherever, the internet is forever. So when you do a simple Google search and you see these people out and about, that works. Let's do another tweet. I mean, I got to take a shower after these tweets. I'm bored. Really want to watch kids give birth. Where can I watch teens giving birth? MTV? I mean, that doesn't make sense, but I'll try. And believe it or not, there are people out here that defend Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. That's how I know y'all have a sickness when it comes to celebrities. You want to talk about people that support Trump and all that stuff, people that support Kamala, whoever you support, you want to call them cult members? No, you're the cult. Because you see people doing despicable shit, saying despicable shit about children, and your first thing is, well, they didn't mean it like that. It's just a tweet. It's dark humor, blah, 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 blah. When it comes to kids, it's just nothing. Kids are innocent. They cannot protect themselves. We have to protect them as adults. We don't give a fuck about dark humor when it comes to kids. I don't. You're not going to be around me and be joking about sexual assault of children. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to roll up on somebody and see some shit on their computer, see them doing some questionable shit and not whoop their ass. No, I'm not a black belt. I'm not MMA. I'm not any of that. But when it comes to children, I will do what needs to be done. And when it comes to my children, I will sit next to the kingdom, next to Satan for the things that I will do to you if I find out that you're hurting children, let alone mine. It's just as simple as that. We have lost our way when it comes to doing what is right. Everybody is worried about the bag, my car, my this, my that, my that. At the end of the day, you know what? I believe in God. I am a Christian. I believe this. If you do the right things, good things will happen to you. If you do the wrong things, bad things will happen to you. This is why 30 years later, people still get caught up. No matter what, it will catch up to you. So we got to start doing the right things. Period. When it comes to children. So all you celebrities deleting tweets and all that shit and then talking about you hacked. Come on, Usher. You're hacked. So I could go to Usher's Twitter right now and I can hack you, Usher. I don't even know how to. I didn't even have the damn mic near my face. So the way you saying it, it's easy for people to get hacked. I'm tired of the hacked excuse. I'm tired of it. You didn't get fucking hacked. You cleansed your shit. That's it. We'll be back after this next message.
Probably wondering what's going on. Well, I'm here to tell you. It's me, Inked, and I need you guys to head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. Yes, that's right. Trifecta merch is here. It is here for our Trifecta family to show their love and support and advertise for free. Well, not technically for free. You did pay for it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. We're all inclusive. If Prince can wear it, so can you. Have a good one.
All right. Here we go.
I said what I said.
Thank you, Nene, for that. Thank you so much, Nene. Now check it out. This segment, I said what I said, is Reading Rainbow and Morpheus. Y'all don't understand it. It all makes sense. On a little extension of what was just spoken about previously, let's expand. Two legends sat down in a powerful clip and invoked a lot of discussion about blackness, anger, expectation, and uncompromising but understanding of navigating life. Lawrence Fishburne, aka Morpheus, and LeVar Burton, aka Reading Rainbow, let white and black people know to not get the game fucked up. Make sure you understand who and what I stand for. Do not mistake my resolve for weakness. Take a listen.
You know the chains I wore in Roots? Mm-hmm. I keep them over the hearth in my living room, right above my 12 Emmys.
Right there.
What is that about?
I don't know. What is it to you?
America first met me as Kunta Kinte, a young African kid who was kidnapped, tortured, refused his slave name. Then I read to their children and maintained the integrity of their favorite spaceship. Pretty soon, people began to think of me as safe.
Oh, the safest.
Once, I read Go the Fuck to Sleep for charity. One of my brand partners dropped me.
What, you can't even say fuck?
I can, but there are consequences. I said fuck. I lost money.
Shit.
If I showed how angry I really am, but I'm not gonna hide it. So I keep my chains on the wall in the living room. I want my guests to know, while I am unquestionably their friend, I am also absolutely filled with rage.
Shout out to LeVar Burton and Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence, don't call me Larry Fishburne. For that clip. I came across that clip and it hit me in ways to where it makes sense, because let's just be honest. And I want people to really be honest with themselves. Me, myself, Inked, and AJ, we have this thing where, you know, we would be in spaces together. You know, white people would come into spaces, and you know, another black person to come into space, and the first thing they'll say is, you don't never check the white people when they say this, when they say that. And our first thing is always, you don't know what the fuck we do, and we don't have to jump when you say jump. Because what you may experience as something, I may not experience it as that. What your traumas is, it's not my trauma. A certain word may trigger you, but it won't trigger me. But understand this. the people that I have in my life, the white people that I have in my life, they understand that we cool, but we ain't never gonna be that cool to the point where they think they can disrespect me and think that it's okay because I'm not one of them. Because at the end of the day, when I am in a room, this is what you get. This is what you see. And I want to give also my white friends credit that I've been friends with. They understand that and they play that position and they don't take anything personal. See, a lot of you are walking around just fueled with anger, just looking for a reason to be offended. A lot of you ended relationships of white people or black people ended relationship with white people in a relationship with black people, of people you've known for years based on one simple disagreement, one candidate. How does that sound? We got to get to the point, like LeVar Burton said, just know, even though I am unquestionably your friend, don't think for a second I still don't understand the ramifications of how we got to this room, how we got into this room together, what it took for us to get in this room together, the barriers, the boundaries, the bodies, the experiments, the social experiments, the physical experiments of how we got in this room together and can call each other friend. That's why it's very important to respect that. And LeVar Burton, like he said, 12 Emmys, 12. And we still only remember him as Kunta Kinte. I remember him as Reading Rainbow. Some of you may remember him from Star Trek. I remember him getting me into reading. I remember him making me want to go get a library card and saying that it's not wrong to read. You're not a nerd because you read. LeVar Burton is the epitome of navigating and not compromising. You heard him. He said the word fuck and he lost money. But that didn't change who he was. Lawrence Fishburne has been in more movies, more iconic movies than we can count. What do we all remember him for? Ike Turner. And I'm guilty. I use Ike Turner memes and stuff like that. And, you know, I like to recite What's Love Got to Do with the Homie. But this is just to let you know that when you take on a certain role and people look at you as just that, so it's hard to shake. Now imagine, in a role, LeVar can be Kunta Kinte and then leave. You can't be white and leave your whiteness. You can't be black and leave your blackness. And you notice I said both because it's a lot of self-hating white people out here. Like that pisses me off more than anything else. Like, don't come to me apologizing for what your ancestors did and thinking, hey, I'm gonna give you 4 more points on your test because you need it because of the history. No. I'm not a charity case. LeVar Burton is not a charity case. Lawrence Fishburne is not a charity case. They've earned where they are. I've earned where I am. So again, we're cool, but we ain't that cool. And now I'm going to show you the antithesis of what these two just sat down and talked about. I'm going to show you the opposite of why some of the people that we talk about need their asses whooped. Listen to this. Non-sufficient for work.
Black people, this fucker.
You're saying I'm a nigger.
Yes, you are the niggerest fucking white man I have ever.
Pay attention to Seinfeld. Pay attention to Seinfeld.
I don't think he could do that.
Oh,
I don't think he has those qualities.
I mean,
that I'm
No,
not.
you don't even understand.
Really?
You don't really know him. Like I've worked with him.
No, like your bit about. I wouldn't use it anywhere.
No, exactly. These two.
We
use
say
that
nigger on stage.
On stage.
You guys don't. That's
yeah.
That's an
that's the
interesting two
difference.
teams
That's
here.
the difference between
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We
can
say
pair
nigger on
up in
stage. You
different
guys
ways,
don't.
but that's definitely a pairing. Who
We
says
say-
nigger on stage? We don't.
Well, you just did.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
You and me say
No,
nigger in
no,
private.
no.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Yeah. Yeah. That was Chris Rock. That was Chris Rock sitting in a room with white people and letting them drop the hard ER. And no, I didn't censor it because I wanted it to be heard. I wanted it in its natural habitat. And Jerry Seinfeld, whether he made a business decision or just naturally in his heart, he's like, nah, this ain't it. At least he stood on business. Those two laughing hyenas, Ricky Gervais and the other ginger, I forgot his name. I don't even fucking care anymore. And for Chris Rock to sit up there and say, yo, you don't know him like I know him. They just said they say it in private. So whatever pass you gave them, they said, fuck that pass. I want to use it. I want to use it when you're not around too. That's the difference between what Lawrence Fishburne.
Black people, this fucker.
You're saying I'm a nigger.
Yes, you are the niggerest.
That's the difference. That's the difference between Lawrence Fishburne and LeVar Burton and Chris Rock and his white friends. We cool, but we ain't that cool. And Chris Rock never was the same in my eyes after that. How you go from everybody hates Chris to allowing two white men to drop ER bombs and you giggling, ha-ha, and kikiing with them. And this is why they tell you that when you're around, when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. Now, I don't know Chris Rock's and them relationship. He may like to be called the N-word with the ER. But the thing is, not everybody likes that shit around them. You saw Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld is a billionaire. He probably could have that tape scrubbed, or he could have PR for days saying, hey, whatever. He stood on business anyway and said, nah, that's not it. We got to wake up. We got to wake up. We'll be back with this next after this next message.
Probably wondering what's going on. Well, I'm here to tell you. It's me, Inked, and I need you guys to head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. Yes, that's right. Trifecta merch is here. It is here for our Trifecta family to show their love and support and advertise for free. Well, not technically for free. You did pay for it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. We're all inclusive. If Prince can wear it, so can you. Have a good one.
Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Danny, by the way.
All right, everybody. It's time for AYOO Pause, where I take a clip or clips and we figure out what the hell is going on. Well, in this clip, I want y'all to know permanent post-nut clarity is nasty work. Diabolical even. Take a listen.
On the way there, I had my first 5 orgasms, and they've never stopped.
Dale has been unable to work since the accident and is mostly housebound through fear of experiencing an episode in public, but he enjoys playing frisbee golf with his closest friends.
Here go one.
Oh, God. They happen at all times in any situation. They happen when I'm awake. They happen when I'm asleep. They happen in the shower. I just had 9 rather powerful orgasmic sensations flow through my entire body. And now it feels like every muscle from here to about here is doing this.
While the condition is so rare, most doctors can't even diagnose it.
Can you imagine having post-nut clarity every day for the rest of your life? Like, they can't even diagnose it. Like, they don't know if it's like a like nastyitis or whatever it is. First of all, okay, when you say I have orgasms like that intense, that extreme, out of nowhere, is it just like internally or is it externally as well? The reason why I ask that is because how many pairs of underwear do you go through? Can you imagine just walking around sticky all day? Like you got syrup in your drawers. Can you imagine you just walking with your homie and he like, hold on. That's my Michelle. Like, bruh, like you don't need to be playing frisbee. You need to be somewhere to figure out how the fuck you can stop that from happening. Look, I love an orgasm as much as anybody else, but to just have them all throughout the day, infrequently, with or without sex, that's diabolical. Like, bruh, like that's an AYOO Pause, and I actually feel bad for somebody that has orgasms. Like, you should never feel bad for people that have orgasms, but I feel bad for dude. He in the middle of the grass on all fours, in the downward dog position, busting nuts. Wow. Like, wow. And then I found another one, y'all. Porn Jeopardy. This one I know you don't get out. Your forearms are probably as large as Popeye's. And I'm never shaking your hand. Take a listen.
Mariah Mills, Harley Dean, Ash Cash, Tiana Trump, Cassidy Banks, Kira Noir. We got Sarah Banks, Diamond Jackson, Brittany White, and Anna Fox. Yes, bro! Money! Yes! Let's go, man! Let's go! I'm the freaking best, man!
You're the best at what? Knowing porn stars' names? My brother, how do you do that research? Why are you so excited? I now that I'm watching that video over again, I'm worried. Like, brother, you should not know that many porn stars by name, by seeing their faces. Please tell me you have like a photographic memory and you just like remembering random shit, and that's one of the categories. Jesus. We'll be back after this next message. Man, I don't know what to do.
Probably wondering what's going on. Well, I'm here to tell you. It's me, Inked, and I need you guys to head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. Yes, that's right. Trifecta merch is here. It is here for our Trifecta family to show their love and support and advertise for free. Well, not technically for free. You did pay for it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. We're all inclusive. If Prince can wear it, so can you. Have a good one.
All right. So that is episode 96. I thought that was gonna end up on a good note, but that last clip, my man was I'm worried. But thank you everybody for listening. Shout out to everybody that came and watched the 27 on X, the 3 on YouTube. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Again, we got storms coming through. I hope everybody is safe. Please make sure you have everything that you need. Stay safe. I am going to see the Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Bucks in person on Sunday. Cannot wait. Go Birds. Let's do this. Everybody, peace out. Episode 97 will be here next week. Hopefully after a win by your Philadelphia Eagles. I'ma holla at y'all. Peace out. Yeah.
Real time, yeah.